Right, today we're going to talk about mining business optimization, and in particular a lot of the terminology that people use in this context. And there's a lot of misuse and abuse of words, and I'd like to clarify some of that as we work through today. So first of all, let's look at some of those other words that people use. They may talk about building scenarios for the business or trying to simulate the business. They may talk about continuous improvement, and usually as part of a subset of a greater business improvement initiative. They want to usually try to maximize something, minimize it, or get some parameters into balance in the business. You'll hear words like heuristics and stochastic. Not many people understand the definition, and you will know it before I finished. Many people use the word optimization simply as a trigger to try and close the gap between what we planned to do and what we actually did. And then mathematics comes into it, and you'll hear expressions like linear programming and search engines. And there's a whole range of IT tools with mathematical algorithms built in. Constraints analysis is quite popular, and people have written books about it. And sensitivity analysis is pretty much a common part of every feasibility exercise that one would undertake. Other people like to talk about efficiency and effectiveness of the business. Are we doing the right things, or are we just doing things right? And in reality, it's all part of trying to get more information about the business so that we are able to make better decisions. And so for the purposes of this presentation, my definition of optimization is picking the best option in the time available. So I need to give you a bit of background about the analytical technologies and the spectrum that's available for people to use. Everybody's familiar with what we call descriptive analytics. It's the reports that are on your desk every morning. It's the odd report you want because you've got a trick question to ask, and maybe you want to drill down and get a little bit deeper into the data that's readily available. And that sort of thing goes on all the time in every mine. But then we get into a realm we call predictive analytics. And here we start to get into using models, simulating the business, making forecasts, and trying to work out what's going to be happening next if we carry on the way we're going. But what we really want to get at is the prescriptive analytics. There we need good, strong mathematical engines that are going to tell us, given everything we know about the business, what should we be doing? What's the best thing that we can do given our circumstances and the constraints and everything we know about our business? So there's a lot of words in the slide there, and not to worry, I'm going to simplify it. At the bottom we have routine reports. That's what you get on your desk every day. Then we look at structured queries, and anybody with a reasonable use of Excel or some spreadsheet tool will be able to do that sort of thing for you. If you want to move further up the hierarchy, you must have models of the business, and they vary in complexity quite considerably. And when you get to the top of the hierarchy and you want to get into optimization, then besides the models, you need the mathematical search engines to help you come up with the answer. People will use business intelligence, and the term has been around for many years, and it covers that part of the spectrum. And you're usually involved in the common parameters and KPIs that people are measured on every day. When you get to the top end of the spectrum, we're talking about advanced analytics. It's a bit of a marketing term, but essentially it's saying you have to have models and mathematical algorithms to be able to process the data for your purposes. Now, all of that sounds a bit complicated, so to simplify it, down here we're talking about what we are doing. In the middle, we talk about what we could be doing. And at the top, we're trying to look at what we should be doing. Okay, this is the exploration and mining business process model from the Open Group. If we want to start a conversation about mining, this is the model we use. It is a 3-level process map of the mining business on one A4 sheet, and you can drill down, get to further levels of detail, but it covers core and support processes. So any conversation about the mining business we can start with on this page. And we have used it in many different forums. And again, now you want to talk about optimizing the business. Well, are we talking about the whole business or a part of the business? This diagram will help you get that conversation going.